Rillettes is a very popular French-style pâté. It's not like your usual pâté with liver in it. In fact, it's a meat like chicken, pork or duck that's cooked in a bit of fat and then minced so it's nicely shredded. It is delicious and it's very easy to make at home. I'm going to show you my version using chicken, and I'm going to be cooking the whole thing from scratch in the iCompanion Extra Large. So into the bowl, I'm going to add some aromatics to go with it. So some onion, and I've pierced the onion with some cloves just to give it that lovely flavour. Before I add the onion, I just want to show you the blade. So that is the stirrer blade. What's going to happen is it's going to ensure that the ingredients fold through without breaking or crushing it up too much, because at this stage we just want the chicken to cook long and slow. So into this we'll also add some garlic. I've got 5 cloves of garlic, some herbs, some hard herbs to go with this, thyme, along with 2 bay leaves. We'll add the chicken. So the chicken I'm using is chicken cutlets. It's a chicken thigh with the bone in and skin on. We do want a bit of fat in there because that's what's going to keep it really moist and what really defines it as rillettes. They can go in, and you want to leave the bone in because it will stay super succulent as it cooks. And I need a little more fat in here, so I'm using some pork lard. You can just use duck fat too. We'll add a few cubes of that into our bowl. So some Dijon mustard, about a spoonful of that. Some salt, you need a good pinch of salt. And some peppercorns, I'm using some pink peppercorns. Okay, for the liquid, some white wine and 500 mils of water. Lid now goes on, and this is where we're going to cook this low and slow. And the best thing about the iCompanion Extra Large is it does come with automatic function. So all I have to do is press the slow cook function. I'm just going to place that on program 2. So that's just set for 95 degrees. And I'm going to cook this for a little longer than 45 minutes. So we'll start with 1 hour. I'll check it. We want the bones to just fall away from the meat. That's how soft we need it. We'll start that, and it's all about set and forget. You can walk away, grab a cup of tea, do whatever you like for 1 whole hour. Let the machine do all the work. Okay, I just cooked this for an extra half an hour just so it was super tender, and it smells so good. Now we need to transfer this to a bowl. So we'll start with the chicken, and we just want to carefully remove it and pop it in the bowl. It's a good idea just to let it cool down a little, just so it's easier to handle. And we'll take that onion out, and then we can pour some of the liquid on in a moment. But before I do that, I just want to start preparing the meat just by taking the skin off. Look how easy it comes off. So we don't want that skin anymore. We'll just pop that into the bowl, and we'll just pull out that centre bone. And if this is cooked to perfection, as it is, you'll see the meat. See how it just falls away so easily? That's what we're after. Perfect. So we'll get rid of the rest of the bones and the fat. And for the onion, I'm not going to use the whole lot. I'll use about half of it. Again, because of that slow cook, it's really soft and sweet now, and it's a great addition to add to some rillettes. And the last little chicken bone, and that is done. Okay, so the liquid in here, we only want a small amount of it, so I'm just going to discard about 3/4 of it, and we can also remove the herbs. So just with your tongs, we can just take them out because they won't blend up very well at all. Speaking of blending, we're going to take this blade out, and we're going to add the ultra blade, and this is going to chop everything really fine, so it's almost like fairy floss consistency. So in with that, we can return our chicken pieces. Just pour that in, and I'll add half of that onion. So we'll just cut that in half. See how soft it is? It's almost jammy. We'll take that clove out, and we'll just separate it and add that. And a little duck fat or some more lard. So just you want some fresh fat for this, a small amount. And with that blade change, we're going to get the perfect texture for the rillettes. And that's all it takes to shred the chicken so it's super fine. What we're looking for is a consistency that's spreadable. So this is how it should look. And it smells so good. And I serve this traditionally with just a little toasted bread on the side. Now, rillettes are made to be preserved, so what you can do is place it in ramekins or jars and just seal it with a little bit of extra duck fat or lard, and it will last in the fridge for a good month if it's placed in a sterilised container. However, if you want to eat it straight away, it is good to go. Spread that over the top. Serve it with some charred bread, maybe a little sprig of thyme over the top just to really accentuate that flavour that we added to it. And this is just a delight. It reminds me of France, usually done with pork and duck, but I tell you what, the chicken version is just as delicious. Spread that on some toast. You can serve it with some cornichon, maybe some pickled onions. Delicious. I love that flavour.